Hi, I'm Marianne, otherwise known as weight.watcher.wifey on Instagram. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a quick and easy, simple pasta sauce using fresh cherry tomatoes and fresh basil. Now, when I was in Ravello, Italy about 8 years ago, I went to a cooking school and I learned that they use mainly cherry tomatoes in their sauces, in their dishes, and also on their pizzas. So I've been doing that since I got back from that trip. Totally different than what I grew up learning, because my grandmother from Naples and my mom both used the larger Italian plum tomatoes in their gravy or sauce, marinara sauce. Actually, Italians call marinara sauce gravy. So if you hear me revert back to gravy, you'll know why. This sauce is a quick sauce. It's not a thick marinara. So I suggest if you want a thick marinara, you go to the Skinny-ish Dish blog or go to Google and look up her Zero Smart Point Crock-Pot Marinara. Let me tell you about her crock-pot marinara. It's thick, it's delicious, it makes a lot, it cooks all day in a crock-pot, and it is the best gravy or marinara sauce. It's delicious. I use her crock-pot marinara as a pizza sauce. I use it as a base for my other sauces I make, like a bolognese, a puttanesca, an arrabbiata, and a vodka sauce. Let's talk about my quick and easy pasta sauce. What I'm using today is my Weight Watchers skillet. I like the depth of it, and it's a skillet that's easy cleaning, so that's what I'm going to be using for my pasta sauce. So what I'm going to start with is a tablespoon of olive oil, and I'm measuring it out so later on I can count the points. So I get that into my skillet and then turn on the heat to a medium. Then the next thing I'm going to do is actually add garlic that I don't chop up myself because I like convenience. So I'm using Trader Joe's, if you can see it, crushed garlic, which is in the freezer section, and it comes in little ice cube trays. They also have basil, ginger, and I have bought cilantro before there too. So this is a quick and easy kitchen hack. Instead of chopping up garlic, I just open this and I'm going to pop in, I like a lot of garlic, so I'm popping in 3 into my skillet. Let me get a spoon. So that's in the skillet, and it's going to infuse the olive oil with that garlic goodness. So that's the first step. Next, what I'm going to do is, of course these are all washed and ready to go. I'm just going to dump my cherry tomatoes right into my skillet. And I don't know if you can see that, but it just covers the bottom of the skillet. And I'm going to let these cook with the olive oil and the garlic until they start popping and get heated through. Now, some of these will pop, some will not, and it's great because the popped ones, I actually start smashing them to make this more of a sauce. So we'll get this cooking, and the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cutting my basil into ribbons or chiffonade. So this is fresh basil from my arrow garden. I always have some on hand, and I will get started on that. I do want to mention to you, if you don't have fresh tomatoes from your garden, you can also find Italian cherry tomatoes at an Italian deli, and they are called pomodorini. And I also keep these on hand in my pantry, just in case I don't have fresh cherry tomatoes, but of course you can go to the grocery store and buy them. But in case I just want to grab out of the pantry and make a quick pasta sauce, I have them on hand. So that is something else that you can keep in your pantry to make this pasta sauce. As my tomatoes are cooking down, I take the basil leaves and I stack them one on top of another, just the leaves, no stems, and I'm going to roll them up into a cigar shape. And then I'm just gonna take a scissor, or you can put them on a cutting board and take a knife and go ahead and cut these into ribbons or chiffonade them. So I'm gonna get that done next. My tomatoes are cooking down, and let me show you that they are sizzling away and also are starting to split open. So that is what you want before you start adding your next ingredient. At this point, I'm going to add a little salt, just a pinch, and also some ground pepper. I'm gonna lower the heat because it's starting to splatter and I'm getting some tomato sauce all over the place. So also you're going to add in some tomato paste. Now you can use this tube kind. I can't see, can you see it? Nope, there it is. You can use the tube kind or you can use the canned kind, but I just add a little tomato paste in there to thicken it up. And then just stir that in. And that will thicken it up, not too thick though, it just gives it a little richness. And I see I have one yellow cherry tomato in here. I thought they were all red. So then I'm going to add some crushed red pepper flakes because we like a little heat. So I'm just gonna put a sprinkling of those in there, maybe a little more, and have that cooked down with the tomatoes. So all we started with was a tablespoon of olive oil with 3 cloves of garlic, essentially. I used 3 ice cubes of the Trader Joe's frozen garlic. And then we put in cherry tomatoes and we're letting that cook down. Once it starts cooking down, then I go ahead and add the salt, the pepper, crushed red pepper, and also some tomato paste. Now what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and let this cook down. That will be my pasta sauce. So I will add the fresh basil a little bit later on so the green color stays vibrant in this sauce. So I'm gonna cook it a little bit more and have a few more cherry tomatoes pop open, and then this will be done. Most of the tomatoes have opened up, so what I'm doing now is just using the back of my spoon to just flatten out some of them that didn't totally burst to get the juice out of it. This is looking just lovely. So now the basil is going to go in, and it's the chiffonade or the ribbons of fresh basil. Now you can also put in whatever you want to this. You can do some parsley, oregano. I just like basil with tomatoes, and then keeping it simple and quick. But you can adapt this any way you want. I just wanted to show you how you can go ahead and make a pasta sauce by using fresh cherry tomatoes from your garden. So you can just make this any way you'd like. What I do is adapt everybody's recipes to my liking. So I expect nothing less from you but to adapt this to your liking. How great does my quick and easy pasta sauce look? The vibrant red from the garden fresh tomatoes and the green from the fresh basil. And my kitchen, oh my gosh, it smells heavenly with the garlic in the air. I think it looks beautiful. It has texture from some of the tomatoes not totally bursting. It has sweetness from using garden fresh tomatoes. It has a little heat from the crushed red pepper. It's just divine. I'm gonna use it plain Jane, just over pasta as is. I'm not counting this as any points. Even though I used a tablespoon of olive oil, it's dispersed among the whole skillet, so I'll be getting very little. But I will count the pasta and also the sprinkling of Parmesan cheese I'm gonna put on top. So I hope you enjoyed learning how I make a quick pasta sauce that you can throw together in no time. Make it a great day. Remember to do something kind for another person. Thanks for stopping by. Ciao.